Hello, I'm Elo. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to Cooking with Elo, the blog where you'll learn everything there is to know about the plant-first diet, how you can eat more plants and how you can add more variety to your meals. And if you don't know what a plant-first diet is, let me explain how I define it and why I so strongly believe in it. The reason is very simple. I just don't believe in labels. I don't think that we have to label ourselves as vegans or vegetarians or flexitarians or meat eaters. If you identify with one of these terms, that's totally fine and go ahead, but you don't have to. And that's why I love the term plant first so much, because all that means is that you prioritize plants and you prioritize fresh whole food ingredients no matter what the rest of your diet looks like. You can still eat meat and believe in a plant first approach to eating, and that's the beauty of it. So before I tell you what this blog is all about and what you are going to get from it, and trust me, you will want to watch this video till the end because I have an incredible bonus waiting for you, let me tell you a bit more about me, my story, and how I got to eating a plant-first diet. And I feel like there are two things that kind of paved the way for me. Number one is that I have been navigating food restrictions for honestly as long as I can remember. I have been allergic to dairy since I was a child, and I had to cut gluten out of my diet when I was 16 years old because of really severe gastrointestinal problems. And even though these food restrictions are still part of my everyday life, I feel like they're secondary to what I'm trying to achieve on here. The second thing that paved the way to a plant-first diet for me was my curiosity for the plant-based diet and me wanting to learn more about it. And I have to admit, I have always been kind of a science nerd. I studied biomedical sciences for my bachelor's degree, and then I did a master's degree in food innovation management. And that was completely transformational for me. I learned so much about food science, but also the impact that nutrition has on our health, including the plant-based diet. And I'm sure that it's not a coincidence that I started eating less and less meat around the same time, and not because I wanted to go vegan or vegetarian, but just because I was not craving it and I didn't really like cooking it. And that's how I very intuitively and naturally transitioned to more and more of a plant-based diet, or as I like to say it, a plant-first diet. But I have to say, at the very beginning, it was a whole new world for me. I still remember Googling vegan and plant-based recipes, and every single time, I kid you not, there was an ingredient I didn't know about, never heard of, or that I simply didn't have in my pantry. And that was super frustrating for me. That kind of brings me to my mission on here and to what I'm trying to achieve with Cooking with Elo, which is helping you make the transition to a plant-first diet as easy as possible. I really want to share the passion that I have, but also the knowledge that I gained both through my studies and through these last 4 years as I have been diving deeper and deeper into the plant-based diet. There are basically 3 things that I want to share with you through this blog, through my newsletter, and through videos like this one. The first thing I want to do is introduce you to all these new plant-based ingredients you may not know about, just as I didn't know about them when I went plant-based or plant-first 4 years ago. And I'm talking about things like jackfruit or miso paste or nutritional yeast, curry pastes and spice mixes, how you can use a soy sauce or different oils and vinegars to make the best plant-based food you've ever made, because it can be so tasty and so flavorful. The second thing I want to show you is how to replace the beef and the chicken and how to eat enough protein on a plant-based diet without always reaching for those more processed vegan alternatives that you can find at the store, such as the vegan chicken nuggets or the vegan ground meat. If there's one thing I learned from being gluten-free for over 10 years and reading labels all that time, is that those types of processed food are packed with additives such as flavorings and thickeners and gums and other things, where there are so many other options that are less processed and just as good. And I'm talking about things like tofu, different type of beans, nuts and seeds, and quinoa and fried rice that are so fun to cook with, and I want to show you exactly how to do that. And the last thing I want to show you is how you can use systems and routines to save time on a plant-based diet. Because if we're not relying on those more processed alternatives from the store, it also means that we have to spend a little more time in the kitchen cooking. But there are ways to make that time as efficient as possible. So if you've made it this far, I hope all of this resonated with you, and I can't wait to help you eat more plants and more real foods. Now let's talk about that bonus. And I actually don't only have one bonus, I have 2 bonuses depending on what you're looking for at the moment. The first one is my plant-based protein chart. You will get a list with so many different plant-based protein options with the exact amount of protein they have, as well as pictures to kind of make it visual for you. And I personally like to print it out and have that inside of my cupboard, inside of my pantry, so that anytime I don't know what to cook, or if I feel like I've been eating the same thing over and over again, I can just take a peek and get some new ideas. And the second bonus you can get is my 4-week plant-based meal prepping guide. And let me tell you, this ebook is packed with so much value and so many good plant-based recipes. I should probably sell it, but I really want it to be free so that you can try out my unique method that gives you flexibility, that is not overwhelming, that just gives you 3 different types of meals to cook every week, so that you can try out a system that will make your life easier and your week easier, especially if you're super busy. It also gives you the opportunity to test those new plant-based recipes and get to know some new ingredients. So if this sounds great, you can find the link to both of these resources in the description down below. I wish you so much fun with it. Thank you for being here, and I hope to be able to join you for a little bit longer on your plant first journey. Bye.